Over the course of a day, we give more feedback, good feedback and bad feedback, than we would ever imagine. In a minute, I will share some startling research about the right kind of mix between positive and critical feedback. But first, let's kind of set the stage and imagine a day. It might be like this. You get up in the morning, your teenager comes down and you say, "You left every single light in the house on. And by the way, don't ask for the car until the living room is suitably clean to have people over." You thank your spouse for agreeing to go to your parents' house. That meant a lot to you. You get in the car and you start giving some feedback when somebody cuts you off. First you give them the horn, then you give them the finger. You get to work and you say, "Mary, it's so great to have you back. The staff meeting feels normal with you here again." But when two people come in late to the staff meeting, you say, "What has happened to the professionalism around here? It's just not what it used to be. Come on, guys." You point out to Gary that he's done great work in the past, but the memo he's done isn't really up to snuff. You head off to lunch, you go off with a vendor, you say, "I loved your proposal. Quality was great, price was great, things are good." You tell the waitress, "Chicken here was really a little bit dry." And on the way out, you tell the manager the service was fantastic, but you thought he'd want to know that the bathroom was below sanitary conditions. And so goes your day. Lots of feedback. What you wonder, though, don't you, is what is the right mix? What's the appropriate balance between positive feedback and constructive feedback over a period of time? Balance, well, here's some balance. This looks pretty average, doesn't it? 5 negative, 4 positive. In fact, this is dead wrong. John Gottman, a researcher on marriage, has been able to determine with 94% accuracy which couples will be divorced simply by watching their behaviors. And this is the average ratio for couples that divorce, usually quite quickly. 5 negative comments to 4 positive. Really pretty balanced, pretty close, and really wrong. Instead, what Gottman found was this, that in those marriages that lasted and where people had positive relationships and felt good about their marriage, the ratio was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positive comments for every negative comment. It's a pretty high standard. Remarkably, it's not just at home, but even at work. A study by Barbara Frederickson and Marcial Losada, where they watched teams, and they found the high-performing teams, found that there was a ratio of 1, 2, 3 to 1, which was the tipping point. When there were 3 positives for 1 negative, these teams began to perform at higher levels. Their ideal, their recommendation, 5 to 1. 5 to 1, both at work and at home. So the question for us is, what are we carrying around in our pockets? I would suggest we need to be thinking 5 positives for every negative. If we really want to be effective, we really want to be happy, and we want to lead with our best selves.